shit. Never really talked about like pre-flop raise sizing in terms of this, so I'm gonna mess with the bet slider and get it to where I want it. But all right, so I think pretty standard spot to call. I think 4-bet getting it in probably doesn't work. I think this hand probably plays to mix between check raise and check call. Villain had ace king, so we win a big pot. Pretty sweet deal there. I would have folded the river probably. Yeah, we're gonna 4-bet. God, like now like why can't I scroll now? Like what did I do to turn it off? That's like not the greatest flop ever. I still think we just like basically punt it off. Like, yes, he can have queens and jacks. Yes, he can have aces. Yes, this flop sucks. But like the 3-bet range is wider than that. He can have ace queen. So, you know, I don't think we try to make him fold ace queen or queens or jacks and be like, I have aces. Like really, I think we just lose now. So I don't really see a way to win. So I'm actually gonna fold. Like I guess he could bluff with jack 10. And I guess he could bluff with like queen 10. So I guess like there are some ways for me to win this hand, but they're pretty few and far between. So considering those hands are not totally unreasonable fold versus 3-bet pre-flop. Or sorry, fold versus 4-bet pre-flop. So yeah. I mean he could bluff and he could turn pairs into a bluff and take the pot away there. Yeah, that sucks. You know, play a big pot with, that's a big brace size. I think it can be a then for sure, but it's gonna kind of depend, I think. Will we be seeing more multi-way sims from you, exploring turns and rivers? I mean, just in general, well, that doesn't sound good. I think in general, you can assume that that would be the case. Yes, I think we're gonna 2-bet here. I think this is a flop where I can deploy a 2-bet strategy. I think this hand can call. I don't think raising with this hand is mandatory, but I don't think raising with this hand is bad either. I think checking is pretty reasonable as far as answers go. That sucks. Happens. So as far as like how I thought about that there, I would have value bet more likely with flushes that didn't have a pair. So like the fact that I had a pair blocked meant it was less likely that my opponent had a set or 2-pair or something. Now once he checks back the turn, it's not that likely that he has those hands anyways, but it's even less likely when I have a pair of 7s. So I decided to put that hand into the check raising range, and I would put all the other, like almost all of the other flushes in the betting range. So pretty standard limp call. Not a big part of how I want to shove pre-flop, either like as the opener or as the kind of like limp and then facing the decision. So well, at least it was a close decision for my opponent. Aces, eh? Aces is good. Blind versus blind. That works. Aces is good. That'll do it. Hey guys, what's going on? We've got some really exciting news for 2021. After seeing just how successful both the BBZ and apestyles bundle have been at the $100 price point, we have decided to reduce the price of the seminars to $300 per month. So going forward, they're going to be more accessible for everyone. There's going to be the same great content. In fact, there's going to be more of it. Apestyles is going to be doing another day per week in 2021. So Apestyles will be doing 2 of the sessions per week going forward. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my seminars ASAP. Thanks, guys. I think we're going to be really gross out when he shoves. Really gross. grossed out when he shoves. Hold. One more. Fade the jack. There we go. So this player uses clicky sizing with us before. Doesn't mean it's not kings, but I think that ace queen suited is a strong enough hand to find out if he's got kings. I think you could choose a smaller bet size and have that be reasonable. I don't think this bet size is bad though. I think you can shove. I think you give it 4. I don't think there's going to be a substantial EV difference between those two answers. The starting points are probably, you know, like from my perspective, the starting points, especially if you're asking the question like why am I doing what I'm doing, would be the Introduction to Quantitative Strategies video, which is 14 bucks on BBZ Poker. And then part 2 would be implementing that, which is, there's a part 2 implementing quantitative strategies video, and I would recommend that next. So those are the BBZ products I'd recommend first, and then past those, you would get the bundles. But I would say start with those. You'll understand, like, you'll get introduced to like our teaching style, like, you know, how I think about making decisions, how most decisions should be made. You also get some math tools, which will help you, and you'll hear some language and understand like what that language is tied to. And that language is going to get brought up in the bundles, but I didn't really explain in my bundle like some of that. So it kind of takes for granted that you've seen. I think apestyles bundle probably does also. Take for granted at least a little bit that you've got a basic understanding of what's in those videos. So I would probably recommend starting there. Winner! Like to win big pots. Like to win big pots. Oh, I don't think we're getting a fold. I don't hate it if you check here. I think that's fine. This is going to be a pretty high frequency check card. I just don't know if this hand's going to be one that checks. It's possible that we're supposed to check range here. That this card is like sufficiently bad to force checking range. But I don't think so. And I think I'm just going to check fold now. Which sucks. But this is what it is. Sucks. The turn's close. Like, I think you're going to use a really high frequency turn check there. I just don't think it's going to be range though. And it feels like my hand is like a very good hand to bet with. I block ace 10 and I block sets. And I have outs against like ace queen or a set or whatever. So I've got outs. I've got, you know, I don't always have outs. You can have king queen, I could be dead. Pretty clean shove here. Hoping to get called. Hoping not to flip, but hoping to get called by ace queen. Ace 10 suited. That's a bad flop for ace king. It's a base card, but it's the wrong one. Ace king into ace 10. That's okay. It happens. So, alright guys, I really appreciate everybody who hung out with me today. Wish things would have ended differently, but you know, it's an ace king, ace 10. What you guys want me to do? I mean, I pulled that bluff earlier. Didn't have to do that. So, you know, but it is what it is. So, thanks guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.